What is up, you guys? My name is Austin Marks and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I've been extremely busy lately, so I apologize that I haven't posted in a hot second. So many of our healthcare workers are working extra hours, working overtime because of this whole pandemic that's going on. So first off, I just want to thank everyone for staying home, and then I want to thank everyone who is helping keep our economy going. So like the truckers, the fire department, the grocery store workers, the police department, just anyone and everyone, including our health workers as well. So on my time off, like I said, I've been picking up extra shifts. Also, I've been doing a few home improvement projects while I was staying home. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show them in this video. Many of you know that I am a respiratory therapist, so therefore I am directly involved with working with COVID patients, people who are potentially COVID patients and patients who have been tested positive. So therefore I've been in the exact same room with someone who is COVID positive. Now my hospital does a fantastic job on taking all the precautions that we need to. I know some hospitals are running a little short on PPE, which is personal protection equipment. However, my hospital is very well equipped. So I thank the Lord for that, and I hope that we continue to stay well equipped. So what my hospital does when we walk into a patient's room who potentially has COVID, we will gown up, we'll put gloves on, we'll put goggles on, we can put a hairnet on if we want, and we also wear an N95, which is a special mask rather than a surgical mask that helps just stop more of the particles from coming in. And if we really want to, we wear a PAPR, which is like the astronaut suit or the beehive suit. So I've actually put that on when I was helping intubate a patient, as well as putting one on BiPAP. So I would take a little bit more precaution if I was getting a little bit closer to the patient's airway. Another great thing that my hospital does is we are actually keeping all of our COVID patients in a separate unit, which used to be the heart center, and I'm sure it will go back to the heart center. But right now it's basically the COVID center or COVID unit. So we're keeping all the COVID patients over there away from all of the other patients who are here for other reasons. So therefore, it helps keep a divide. That way we don't have any possible cross-contamination or any risk of regular patients getting it. So this also helps protect a lot of our staff who aren't going over to the COVID unit. So my hospital also just implemented a rule where every employee has to wear a mask everywhere they go, except for when we're eating, obviously. But we also don't gather in a small group, or we don't gather in large groups. So basically, when all the therapists come down to the break room for shift change, we will actually split up into different rooms. That way we're not all gathering in one room, just spewing everything everywhere. That way it helps keep us safe, and we're also wearing masks, so that's an extra precaution. We are also keeping the vent monitors outside the room, as well as the IV poles outside the room. That way we go in the room as least as possible, because we just don't want to be exposed like we are with normal patients. So sometimes we go into a normal patient, we'll go in 10 times an hour. So with COVID patients, we go in the least amount of times possible, maybe one time an hour, if that. We monitor them very closely, especially Another thing that I personally do to help protect myself as well as my family is when I get home, I undress inside the garage, and then I go in and I get in the shower right after I get off work. I think my two biggest fears is getting the virus, bringing it home to my family, or potentially getting the virus and giving it to someone who can't fight the virus and who would possibly die from it. So this would be if I would hold the virus or get it over in the COVID unit, and I would come back over into the regular hospital and I would give it to a patient who is immunocompromised over there, and bad stuff would happen. I just could not forgive myself if I did that. So like I said, I've been picking up tons of overtime. I even considered about potentially going to New York to help out on the front lines. However, the money is great up there, but I don't see myself doing that. Bless the ones who are doing that. I pray for you every day, and I hope that you stay safe. And like I said, I've been doing tons of home improvement projects, so I'm going to talk about what I've been doing the past 3 weeks and why I haven't posted. So I'm going to start off by showing you guys exactly what I did in my home. As you can see here, this room used to be brown, and I went ahead and I painted blue, and we put in a new floor as well. So this was all open before, so we screened it in, and then we put lattice over it to try and keep the bugs out, as well as to help keep the dogs from jumping out. So I want to go ahead and I want to get some mortar and rocks to go ahead and put on this wall here. And then in the future, I want to make a retaining wall here, about out to that second stump there, and then put a flower bed in the back. You can't really tell, but there's a slight hill here. We are also digging out around the house, and we're going to put river rocks around the house with some stone to make it look nice. I would also like to flatten this out with some cement or concrete, and then go ahead and build a little horseshoe out of some cinder blocks and stone that as well. Put a fireplace in the middle there, right where the river rocks are sitting. So many of you know that my wife is a physical therapist assistant. I went ahead and made a video with her. I interviewed her asking exactly what that is. She works in an outpatient clinic, and unfortunately some of her hours have been let go because with an outpatient clinic you have all kinds of patients. You have patients who just had surgery who need to go physical therapy, or you have patients who are going to relieve their pain. So there have been a stay-at-home order at many places, so if you're going just to relieve your pain, you could potentially do some stuff at home where you're not going to these physical therapy places and exposing the workers. So therefore, they haven't been getting as many patients coming in, so therefore there's no demand for her. So her hours have been dropped a little bit. I haven't really gone out except for I was going to the grocery store, the gas station, or any little convenient places like that. For my schoolwork, many colleges have closed across the United States, so I was taking one class, which was microbiology, which I had to go in for lab. However, I was already taking the lecture online, so therefore that kind of worked out. They just made the lab portion online. So I'm doing that still. My other class that I was taking for respiratory is all online. I made a video about that. If you guys want to check that out, go ahead. It's a bachelor program. So that's online. Like I said, I was already taking that at college. I was all the way across the United States. The one nice thing about this is it's a respiratory program, so they've been giving us a little bit of lenience because they know that we're on the front line, we're picking up extra shifts. They know that respiratory is very involved with this whole pandemic thing. So that's one nice thing is our teachers are being very lenient. Like I said, they're letting us having a couple extra days to go ahead and turn in assignments. If you guys have any questions about COVID, what my hospital's doing, what I've been doing, or any questions about my home improvement projects, such as cost, exactly what I did, how long it took, anything like that, you guys can either message me directly on Instagram or you can leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So, like I said, I just thank all of you for staying home. I thank everyone who is out doing everything they can to help get this pandemic over with. Those who are hoping to keep the economy going, just thank you. Thank everyone that you possibly can when you go out, because they're outside, they're exposing themselves to tons of people, and it's frightening. And I know many people are not getting paid any extra. I know I'm not, even though I'm on the front lines. Well, anyway, God bless all of you and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.